Buying a home here in Houston, Texas is already complicated enough with the size of Houston and all the communities that are here in the area, along with the suburbs. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into 5 communities that have been brought to my attention over the last few weeks that people are looking to move into and are excited to check out. And with that being said, I'm going to go over the amenities, tax rate, and just everything about these communities. And on top of that, I'm also going to take you into one of their model homes so that way you can kind of just see what it is that you can get in these communities. Now, these communities range from master plan communities to gated communities to affordable communities, right? And we all know we all want affordable. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. But stick around, you're not going to want to miss number 5 because it is the most affordable community in the area that you can have because of many different reasons. So, with it being said, let's jump into number 1, which is Artavia. Now, these communities are not in any order, but I put Artavia as number 1 because I absolutely love Artavia for many different reasons. Now, it is located off of 242 southeast of Conroe, right down the road from the Woodlands. So you have super easy access to shopping, amenities, restaurants, all the things that you can imagine. It's like, I think, 15 minutes from the Woodlands, 15 minutes from downtown Conroe. So super easy access, and it's located right off of a major roadway. So you have easy access into Houston as well. But it also is just a very vibrant community. Artavia has its name because of art in Artavia. When you are in this community and you're walking, you will see different colors, just colors everywhere, right? And that's what they set out to do, and they are establishing just that. Now, the downside to Artavia is it does not have a pool, at least not yet. I don't know if they're talking about putting one in, but right now they don't have one, and I haven't heard anything about them putting one in. But what they do have is they have a 13-acre lake that you can rent paddle boats, go out with your family. They also have a splash pad for the kiddos, a massive park, a massive green space, walking or sidewalks everywhere. And it is one of 2 communities that I have seen that has this amount of walking space as much as Artavia does. So it is a pretty nice community. Now, on top of the splash pad and everything else, they also have like a cafe. They have a cafe, and they also have a fitness center as well. Now, the plus side to all of this is it is all in one central location. Now, if you're like me, and I'm 30, as an adult, we have learned that making friends is not the easiest thing, but they have put everything in one central location, so it makes building your community so much easier. When you take the kids down to the playground, everybody's going to be there, all of the adults with their kids, and it's going to be easy for you to build that community, especially if you're moving from out of state. So now the tax rate in Artavia is at 2.94. Honestly, it's kind of smack dab in the middle of what I've seen, maybe a little bit on the higher side, but because Artavia is a master plan community, it's basically normal. Now, over the next few years, I do see that coming down just a smidge, just because they're still building in Artavia. And typically what happens when they are building in a community, in the beginning of the development, it is a much higher tax rate, and then as people start paying into that, I don't know the technical term for it, but as they are paying into it, that tax rate tends to come down just a little bit. So right now, 2.94, and I checked this as of this morning. Now, pricing of these homes. Artavia is, you can buy $1 million home in Artavia, and I know some people do just that. Now, the thing about it though is Artavia has homes starting in the low $300,000 range, and they have a lot of options for $300,000 to $500,000. So, but if you're looking to build, 6, 7, 800,000, they have that too. Honestly, they have a little bit of something for everyone. And another thing I really like about Artavia is the amount of builders that they have, the way they have the community set up. So anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into one of their model home tours and check it out. Now, before we move into number 2, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that way you know when I post content. But moving into community number 2, we're going to move across the street to Mavera. Now, Mavera is located, again, right off 242, so same concept. You're right down the road from the Woodlands, right down the road from Conroe. You're actually technically located in Conroe, but you're not far from downtown, and you're off of a main road, so you have easy access straight into downtown Houston. But as far as amenities are a little bit better, if you will, in Mavera, because they do have a I think it's open 11 months out of the year pool, which it's pretty nice because it has like the dump buckets and the splash pads and everything located around. Now, with the pool, they have hammocks, places for you to lay out and just stay in the shade while your kids are out there getting that energy out in the pool. Now, Mavera is the other neighborhood that has sidewalks everywhere. And again, why I put these 2 neighborhoods at the top of this list is because of that. I love to walk, I love to run, and that is why. But as far as amenities, they have a pool open 11 months a year, sidewalks everywhere. They have pocket parks located everywhere throughout the neighborhood. Each section will have one pocket park, so that's pretty neat as well. And then plenty of green space. If you want your kids to get out there, throw football, baseball, soccer, whatever the case may be, you have that space. Now, moving into the tax rate, Mavera is another master plan community, and its tax rate is 3.19. Honestly, this is kind of a little bit on the higher side, especially because Artavia is directly across the road at a much cheaper tax rate. But however, again, they are building. I do look for this to come down in the years to come. Not much. I wouldn't hold your breath to it, but it will come down a smidge. So, and then as far as pricing, Mavera is actually a little bit more affordable than Artavia is. Again, homes starting in the low 300s. You might get lucky and find one in the high 200s, but they do have a first-time home buyer section as well. I won't call it a section. They just have a builder that's a little bit more affordable than the rest. But with all of that being said, great community. Let's go ahead and jump into the model home tour. Now, if you don't know, my name is Matt and I'm a Houston real estate agent. So if you're looking to buy a home here in the Houston area, go ahead and send me a text, give me a call, or even send me an email. I'd love to make that transition for you and your family as smooth as possible. But moving into community number 3, we are talking about the one and only Grand Central Park. Now, this is honestly the community that a lot of people talk about. A lot of people reach out to me on a day-to-day basis, and Grand Central at one point or another comes out of their mouth because they are interested for good reason. Grand Central Park is located in probably the best location out of all of these communities. It is located right off of 45 on the south side of Conroe on the what we call the South Loop, and so that gives you easy access straight into downtown Houston, about a 40 to 50 minute drive. So again, great location. And then on top of that, right outside of the community, you have office space. So if you own your own building or business, you can rent a space to run that out of. And they also have plenty of restaurants, fast food, shopping. There's a grocery store right outside of the community. So again, amazing location. And a lot of people buying this community because of that alone. Now, as far as amenities, Grand Central Park has it all. They have dog parks, a massive playground, but they also have smaller playgrounds located throughout the community as well. Sidewalks everywhere, not as much as Artavia and Mavera, but what Grand Central has that the other two don't have is they have walking trails through the woods, through the or around lakes. They just a lot of space for you to get out there, run, ride bikes, walk, whatever the case may be. Now, there's also several different lakes in Grand Central Park, and one of them, which is called Paddle Lake, you can get out there and rent a kayak and kayak on the lake, which is pretty neat as well. And then they have the amenity center, which is where the resort style pool is located. It also has a lazy river with massive umbrellas so you can be in the shade in that Texas heat when your kids are out there, again, expending that energy. And then inside of the amenity center, they have a place to get coffee, an event center. They have a balcony that overlooks the lake if you want to go out there and drink your coffee. They even have fireplaces on the around the amenity center. So if you want to get out there on a cool October night, start a fire, you can do just that. Now, let's talk about the taxes of Grand Central Park. I looked it up this morning, and honestly, I'm kind of impressed. It is at a 2.78, not that bad for a master plan community, and they're even building still. Now, I've been saying that a lot of time tax rates come down. Over time, this tax rate has came down. They are on the backside of finishing up this development, and again, 2.78 for what you get for this community, not that bad. And then moving into the pricing. In Grand Central Park, you're probably going to be in the high 3s, low 4s starting out, but it's going to be kind of tough to find. But these homes go all the way up to a $900,000 range as they are finishing up the last few sections in this community. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into one of the model homes. They have several different builders, so this is just one that you could possibly get, one floor plan of many. So let's get into it. Now, what if you want space? One of the things I hear so many people talk about when they reach out to me is I want more than 6,000 square feet, 10,000 square feet when I buy my home. I don't want my neighbors being 5 feet away from my house. And I completely understand that. And the next community is going to give you just that. Number 4 is Rose Hill Estates, and it's located up in Willis. Honestly, it's really not that convenient of a location. It is kind of located about 5 to 6 minutes from Willis, from grocery stores, so you're not far away, but you're, again, 5-6 minutes from the interstate, from restaurants, fast food, grocery stores, all the things, right? But it is nestled into the east side of Willis, into the country, if you will, so which is what allows it to give you that space. Now, as far as amenities, they don't have any amenities other than, grocery stores and what the surrounding areas bring to you. But what this community has that others don't is you get that space. Now, if I remember correctly, it's either 3/4 of an acre or an acre of land per lot. So that is honestly the best thing you can possibly get is space. A lot of people want it. A lot of people, reach out to me to buy in this community along with a few others. This is not the only acreage community that is in the north side of Houston. So as far as tax rate, the tax rate makes up for the pricing. The pricing isn't bad, so stick around, especially for you to get that space that you're looking for. But as far as taxes, 1.78. So with that being said, let's move into pricing and I'll come back. So starting out in probably about the mid 4s, going up to about the 6s and 7s, depending on what floor plan you get. Now, with that being said, these homes are absolutely beautiful and that they look gorgeous sitting out there on their own piece of privacy. So now I know what you're thinking. I want that space and I can't afford that $500,000-$600,000 range. Well, guess what? That 1.78 really helps with that monthly payment. A lot of times when people reach out, I ask them, what is your max budget? And then I ask them, what's your max monthly budget? A lot of times they do not go hand in hand. And I have had people tell me, hey, my max budget is $500,000. And then they go buy $600,000 because I'm able to find them a much lower tax rate, or, just find them a way around on that monthly budget. So again, this isn't the most affordable community, but if you're looking for space, and it's honestly one of the best communities you're going to get when it comes to affordability. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the model home tour. Okay, so now we are moving into the last community, and you are not going to want to miss this. But before we get into it, if you've liked this video so far, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment down below what it is that you would be looking for if you was moving here to the Houston area. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But number 5 is going to be Lexington Heights. Lexington Heights is a new community, about maybe 9 months old in development. They are just moving into Section 2. Now, it is located off of a road called 1097 in Willis, smack dab in between the lake Conroe and the interstate. So you're about 5 minutes from grocery stores, fast food, restaurants, things like that. But you're also 5 minutes from Lake Conroe. So if that's something you're looking to be close to, that is exactly what, that's a good location for you, right? And earlier I had said this is one of the most affordable communities that you could possibly get your hands on, and we're going to get to that. So as far as amenities, they don't have any amenities right now, but they are supposed to be building a pool, a splash pad, and I think a park, if I remember correctly. But the thing about Lexington Heights is not the amenities, right? You can get an affordable home in a gated community. Yes, you heard me correctly. They have the cement, the concrete, all of that out there right now to build the gate. They just haven't done it because they are still building. They have 3 sections. They're on Section 2. They just started Section 2. So that gate won't be up for a while, but it is supposed to be a gated community. And honestly, it's kind of a nice community. So moving into the tax rate, this is one of the things that makes it the most affordable, right? I've sold 2 homes out in this community, and with this tax rate, it makes a huge difference. The taxes come in at 1.625, and I know that doesn't seem like a big difference from the last one, but when I tell you the prices of these homes, you're going to be floored, right? So again, affordability isn't just the price of the home, it's HOA dues, which honestly is like $400 a year, I think, if I remember correctly, and then also the tax rate along with insurance, which the last home I sold out there, the insurance came in to about $80 to $90 a month. So moving into pricing. Now, the model home that I am going to show you is the more expensive builder of this community, which I'll tell you about that in a second. But there are 5 builders altogether in this community, and some of them are kind of more affordable than others. So pricing honestly starts in the mid 200. I have seen some homes sell for that 230, 240 range as well. So definitely a affordable option for you and your family. Now, the last home that I sold in this community was just over $325,000, and because of HOA, insurance, and taxes, that family is only paying $23 and some change a month. So super affordable, and it was honestly a decent sized home. 4 bedrooms, 221 and some change on the square footage, so definitely affordable. Okay, and again, it's a gated community. A lot of you all will reach out to me saying, hey, you're worried about safety and you want to be in a gated community. Now, with that being said, I can send you to all these gated communities, but a lot of times y'all say y'all want to be in a cheaper home, right? So this may be a very good option for that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the model home. So there you have it. That was the 5 communities that are in the North Houston area that people have reached out to me for in the last few weeks, and they are honestly the most common. Now, again, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're thinking about buying a home or even selling a home right here in Houston, make sure you give me a call. I would love to help to make it a smooth transition for you and your family. But with all of that being said, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, check out this video. I'm sure you'll love it. But until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.